Hi guys, I'm Mama Bear to Many. I'm mom to 14 children. 12 of those children are still here at home. So we have lots of things that have to go on throughout a day, and to get it all done, sometimes it's just really hard to try to tackle the home and the yard and the homestead. We homestead as well. So I know that a lot of you mamas probably feel me like there's just so much to do and very little time to do it. There's also meals to prepare for your kids. There's so much to do, and it can be so overwhelming at times. So for a while, I was just doing a random schedule. Years ago, probably 6 years ago now, I used to run a system through, it's Moth, M-O-T-H. It's called Managers of Their Home, and I used to run a schedule through that. I found that I didn't like running the schedule through that because it was a very precise schedule. So I had this person getting dressed at 9 o'clock, and this one getting at 9:15, and 9:30 and 9, and just really like every 5 minutes, every 15 minutes. It was very, very detailed. So it was too detailed for me and my personality, because I'm like I don't want to say run wild and free, but I'm very like, go with the flow, let's do this, oh this sounds fun, but I still have like a system or a rhythm to my day that happens every day. So what happened in our household was some people kind of got my rhythm and knew what my rhythm was, and okay, this is happening, then this is happening next, and this is happening. And then I'd write a list of things that needed to happen that day. And other people weren't really getting into the groove or getting into the rhythm, and they really thrive on a schedule. So I merged both of those together, and now I have a new schedule, and I'm going to explain the big schedule as well as the things over here and how I came to decide all those things over there as well. So this is our big schedule. And you'll notice it starts at 8 o'clock. We do not get up at 8 o'clock. We get up earlier than that, but we get up at, we don't, so we do not get up at 8 o'clock. We usually get up earlier than 8 o'clock, but there's other things that are happening that are more individualized to each person before 8 o'clock. Some people might be doing some Bible. Some people might be taking like some computer time or checking email messages, or maybe they have like projects that they're working on that they want to get done before like the kids are up and going and aware of everything. So basically other kids would also be getting dressed in that time period. So 8 o'clock is where it's like, okay, 8 o'clock we are coming together, and whoever is in the house is going to be starting to eat breakfast. So I have breakfast for all my younger kids. So let's see, everyone knows what color they are. So yellow is breakfast. Okay, so everyone in our household has a color. I think I started that when I had 6 kids, so everyone was assigned a specific color. So like my 6th child started with red. So each person has a color that's assigned to them. So how I work that out is sometimes I have 10 girls, so everyone wants like pink and purple. So some people are like dark pink and light pink and dark purple and light purple, as you'll see on here. And then we have green, and then we have yellow, and like a bright yellow and a dark yellow. And you too, what color are you?
Yes.
They learn from a very young age what color is assigned to them, and it makes it a lot easier. I'll probably go into this in other videos, like what other items I use to assign their color. But it's good for you to know that in the beginning of this, so you know that my kids already know their color. So they already are saying, okay, I'm this person, I'm pink. I'm this person, I'm this. So I do have their names up the top, but they know their color probably more than, like, if they don't know how to read, they still know their color. And we have plenty of older kids at this point that can read to the younger kids what's going on. So before, when they were all younger, I did a lot of pictures, but now I have enough older people that can read the younger kids' things. So this just goes through, I knew that I wanted to make Bible. Number one focus in our day. So the first cards that I drew out was Bible. So this was all empty, and I said, I'm putting Bible straight across here. So from 8:30 to 9:30, it's Bible. So the Bible will look like, I will have me, my husband's usually home most days. I have a mosquito in the house. Is home most days, so about half an hour of that would be like a family worship type situation, and then we would be rotating through different curriculums of the Bible for the younger children. You'll notice later on that some of the older kids have specific Bible times themselves. So little kids are eating breakfast. My daughter, who is 11, will be making breakfast. Right now we're rotating through a few different breakfasts. We're rotating through eggs and kale, excuse me, eggs, kale, potatoes, yogurt with granola, oatmeal, and
quick breads.
Oh, quick breads. That's really easy in the summertime too, so we'll do that once a week. I'll go over that and like how I manage those types of things in a minute as well. So we have some people, including myself, doing animal chores. I take care of all of the chickens, and then I oversee all the animals. So I'm out there to make sure that animals are getting fed enough, that they look well, that they're getting water, all that type of stuff. So some people are doing animal chores, some people are making eating breakfast, some people are checking email, some people are getting the baby dressed. During that time, it's really like something is cooked, but we normally do not sit there and eat all breakfast together. It's more of, I need to finish getting this done, you're doing this, and we all are eating. But then like once that's all done and everyone's been organized, then we can sit and do our Bible. So that's when we really get together. And some people might still be eating while we're doing the beginning of Bible, and that's okay because we do that at the kitchen table and it's not a big deal. So then we'll be doing Bible. So then we go to the next thing. I wrote task of the day outside, but it doesn't necessarily have to be an outside task. Hindsight, I probably would not write outside. It would just be the task of the day. That might be on a certain day of the week that I would say, okay, we need to do a kitchen day. It might be that we have a project going on inside or outside, you know. It might be we are working on a do-it-yourself type project. So those are tasks of the day. So that would happen in that hour from 9:30 to 10:30. Now you see these children here. So this first one is, I'll give you the ages. So Rejoice is 1, she's 2, she's 5, she's 7. So the 7 and younger are with somebody during the task of the day. So I have the 5-year-old with me, and it also gives us time to like connect on different levels, like with different children. So the 5-year-old is with me. I have the 7-year-old with my daughter who is 18, and I have my 21-year-old with my 2-year-old, and then I have my 14-year-old with the baby who's 1. Obviously, if my child is not feeling well, needs mom, my task of the day stops and I am with that child. This is just a general, this is the massive plan. Is it all going to go off the way that it should every day? Absolutely not. On Fridays, I want to go to the lake. That means scrap all this, we're going to the lake. Okay? So next after that, I have story and craft for all the younger kids. Even my 9-year-old, who's this darker yellow, she has story and craft for half of that time. And then I have my 18-year-old and my 21-year-old who are doing those story and crafts with those children there. And then if you come over here, I have story and craft time. And then these are all the story and crafts that we would have. So they're supposed to pick 4 of these a week that they want to do, and you can see that by the brown here. And those are the 4 things that they will be doing during the week. So we have story time and craft. story time and coloring, music, dance, and singing, Play-Doh, make dough or slime, bubbles, make a snack, painting, sand, rice, play, plastic canvas, sewing or yarn, beads, paper crafts, game cabinet, game outside, and outside craft. So these 4 right here that are marked are the 4 things that would be the next 4 things that are happening. So we have this here for 2 things. It's not the people who are in charge of that are going to have a plan for that, and the people who are going to be receiving that is in the younger children. When they come over here, they can ask, oh, what are we going to be doing? And then they can be excited about what they're going to be doing with their siblings. So that's how that works there. So then we'll come down after that. Some people are doing math, some people are doing reading. I pretty much am doing reading with early readers. So as you know, we are an unschool type family. So this means that reading, when I say I'm doing reading with this person, it's kind of like, hey, I'm available to do reading with you. Do you want to do reading today? And they might be like, yeah, I really want to read. Or maybe they say, oh, could you read me this story? Or it might be, oh, I wanted to get a book at the library, and it's this book that I want to get, and then I could go on the computer and try to get, excuse me, get that interlibrary loaned for them. So reading may look like totally different, and there may be days that they're just like, no, I don't feel up to reading. Or, hey, do you think that I could listen to an audiobook? Or whatever it is. Like, that's, to me, that's like their decision to make. And they know as they get older the reasons why they want to be learning reading. But I don't want to sit there. They don't learn very much. I've learned from experience. If you sit there and try to force them to read, and they're not going to really like get it ingrained in them. That means that we have a lot of later readers. We also have quite a few children that have dyslexia. I'm dyslexic, and my husband has some learning disabilities. And I found that just waiting until they're ready, even if it's older, then they do get ready. They realize, hey, I need to do this before I get my driving test, or before I do a hunting license, or whatever it might be. Like, they realize that in real life you need to learn these skills. So that's what that looks like. Math, where you're using teaching textbooks for math, and most of the time, most of the kids love doing math, so it's not even a question. They want to do math. So I don't need to be available except to Victoria and Johanna, which are 9 and 7 on the math program itself. Okay, so then they're doing all this stuff. You can see I have somebody assigned to prepping lunch, and then we have lunch. After lunch is quiet time, so I have the baby. Most likely she'll have a bottle or nurse, and then she'll fall asleep. This is what we're trying to get into, is this routine. And then my 2-year-old, she has a quiet time. She's allowed to snuggle up on one of the couches with a little movie for herself. And we do read alouds, so anyone who's able to read will be reading through a chapter book. So that's always fun. So then some of my older kids, let's see what they're doing. So, like, Savannah has Bible and computer while they have the story and craft thing. And then she's getting the 2-year-old all ready while I have the baby. Then during nap time, this one, Kaylee has Bible and computer. And then Cheyenne will be cleaning up and then doing Bible. Because she has the dining room as her cleanup area. But everyone, these older children have their individual Bible times. So, like, they aren't going to be... The other kids will have, like, a group with me in the morning time with Bible. They're doing their individual Bible until they're able to, like, be doing their studying by themselves. Okay. So, where are we at? So, reading aloud, and then we're doing inside chores. So, inside chores is over here. These are all of our chores here. So, this top section here, I label every room of the house that is not a personal space. Like, somebody's bedroom is their responsibility to do. My bedroom's my responsibility to do. So all the other rooms are here. So we have kitchen, and the kitchen person is drying dishes. Somebody else is washing dishes. Dining room, garage, front room, living room, bathroom upstairs, bathroom downstairs, and halls. So everyone's color again is on their area. So you notice the person who washes dishes also does the bathroom downstairs. So they have 2 jobs inside, but then down here, this is for Tuesdays and Saturdays. These are other jobs that need to get done, but they don't need to get done daily. So these are restocking cabinets, laundry, garage, porches, water the garden, mow and weed whack, straighten books, and organize toys, which I just wrote little kids down here because they're in charge of the toys. So then the people who are in charge of that will be here. So every older person has 2, or middle to older has 2 things that they are doing. Okay, so that is that. So that's when this would happen here, the inside chores. And then we're gonna have a nice snack. And then we are doing, some of the younger kids are doing Bible with Kaylee, which is my 18-year-old. She's going to read the children's Bible storybook, probably while they're having snack, to be honest. And then other people are doing animal chores here. So you see all the animal chores. So we do animal chores in the afternoon as well. And then Gracelyn, my 11-year-old, has the baby who will just wake up from a nap, and she'll probably have a snack with Gracelyn. And then after, the baby is going to go with Kaylee, who is 18. And then my 2-year-old and 5-year-old are going to play with my son, who is 13. So they are over here, and the rest of us are all in the garden, except for my 21-year-old. She has a section here. She's trying to start an Etsy shop, so she can either work on that, or she also has like a sheep. She takes care of the sheep and stuff, so if there's extra projects going with that, like if she's washing wool and all that type of stuff, that would be like during that time there. And I'll be in the garden with the kids and telling the kids like what we're doing in the garden that day. Okay, so Rejoice is still going to be with Kaylee at 4. Free. So all these are free time. I will be doing math with Victoria, who is 9. And then my daughter is going to be doing business. She just started. She has 2 things. She has written 3 books and published 3 books, so it could be related to that, or it could be she just started a YouTube channel where she reads and she reviews books from a biblical standpoint. So if you want to check her out, it's Don't Judge a Book by Its Cover. I think we'll probably do like an interview with her, and she'll talk all about that at some point. So she has that. I didn't mention before, my other daughter has training here, so that's for her to not decide what she wants to do, but she's trying out a few different things that she might like. So that's the time that she would have that training available. If she needs more time because she decides that there's something that really she's either passionate about or wants to learn more that's going to take more time, then we can always rearrange some situations there. Okay, so that daughter also is going to be prepping for supper for us. Most of our suppers are going to be fairly quick and easy, not too in-depth, because we have a lot of freezer meals already prepped, and that would be something like task of the day. That might be something that, hey, we're doing freezer meals today. I need all of you guys, or most of you guys, or some of you guys, and we're going to throw some meals together and put them in the freezer. Just to make this time a bit easier.
Mama, you got a pen.
What? Dropping this?
No. To my friend.
To your friend?
Yes, right here.
Oh, okay. So then this is what I'm doing there. Supper. Okay, so then after supper, the baby is going with my son, who is 16. and then everyone else is cleaning up. That's going to be my work time. I also can work before that 8 o'clock period, but after supper will be my work time there. And then if my husband's, these are kind of like if my husband's home, then that's kind of like a general like what he would do. But a lot of times, honestly, he leaves about 10 and then he gets home around 8:30, 9, depending. Usually his shift is until 9, so it just depends. It could be like way late and it could be a little bit early, but usually not before like 8:30. So then at nighttime, I just wrote these very random. It's game, movies, reading, PJs. I didn't want to.
Get a bug for you.
Oh, you're trying to get a bug off me? That one keeps trying to bite me.
I can't get it.
Yeah, you can just give it a spanking.
You can give it
Break that bug. Okay. So
Speak that bum.
I wanted to do it very random because in the evening times is kind of our time where we just chill out. There's certain days that the kids are watching movies and that they're allowed to watch like movies, and then there's other days that we might all play. We like playing games together, so that would be a game time. And then sometimes we are working on something that we want to read together. So that is our life in a wall-mounted thing. So over here, let's talk about this a little bit. There's a couple areas that we tend to struggle with. One is getting out the door. I don't know if you have been there or not, but you're like, come on guys, we're going to church. And it's like, everyone's like, yay! And then it's like, okay, I need people to help me get things out the door or get things done in order to get out the door. Or, you know, you get to church and you realize that you have no diapers or no bottles or whatever it might be. And then you're like, oh my goodness. So this is a going out checklist. So my 11-year-old gets all the water bottles filled. This is my 14-year-old. She is getting diaper bag and bottles. My 13-year-old son is cleaning out the van. My 18-year-old is getting snacks and lunch. She does really well with that. My 21-year-old is getting shoes and jackets on in the season that we need jackets. My son, who is 16, is going to get anyone who drinks coffee. He's going to get those ready. And so my 20-year-old depends on what we're doing. If we're going swimming, then she would get like the towel bag. She would get the bathing suits. She'd get all that type of stuff. If we were going hiking, then we have like fanny packs. So she would make sure there was like a granola bar and water in those. If we're going to church, then like the kids have Bible bags where they have like Bible and coloring books. I mean, not like coloring page and crayons or whatever to go in their Bible bags. So it depends on what it is. That's what she's going to be getting. And then I have hair. So that is how that goes. This up here is the food prep work. So this is not our regular meal. This is other things that we eat. So it might be breads that we have that need to get prepared ahead of time. This might be snacks or whatever. So each person has, I don't always need that every week. So quick bread, tortilla, biscuits, greens for salad. This would be somebody would go out to the high tunnel and they would grab greens and then they would cut those up and bag those up for eating throughout the week. This is egg salad, tuna salad, chicken salad. Usually one of those will get made every week. And then that could be like my husband's lunches. We would probably have it for like one lunch and then he would have it for a couple lunches. So that's that. A large pasta salad. We would probably have that for 1 or 2 lunches. Or like this week we're doing a grill, so we'd have that for the grill and then probably a lunch. And then my husband would probably take some of that one or 2 of the days as well. Friday big pot, that's if we are going, some friends, they do like family game nights on Friday nights. So if we're going there, I like to bring it's kind of like a potluck. So I like to bring some food and a dessert. So these two, as you can see, this is black. So the black means that it's not something that we need this week. So those two are blank because we're picking up my aunt on Friday. So we'll not be going there this week. And then Sunday, one of the churches has like a potluck after. And so if we're going to that church, then that would be the potluck. So that's done there. So I'll be doing that. So then there's making granola. Actually, she made granola today. So what would happen is once they made the granola, then they would take their little thing and they would put it down into here where all the extras are. So granola bars or peanut butter balls, brownies or pan snack, like if we're doing a crisp or we have like a blondie type bar, those would all be like that. If we're making hummus or guacamole that week, if we're doing hard-boiled eggs that week, and if we are giving away a meal that week. Sometimes we just do different things. I know that there is, with one of the churches, they once a month, they throw together a meal for like the drug and alcohol place. So sometimes we would make something for that, or we might make something if somebody had a baby or somebody's sick or whatever. So that I just wrote as a blessing meal, and then somebody could be in charge of that, and that's how it goes. So one day would be that we're doing those things there, and they would get all prepped up. So you notice on our board that nothing has a day of the week. So this is basically, if we are going to be home, this is kind of what's happening. If we're going to be home for like half a day, then we can do like part of it or whatever if it's going to work out. It doesn't always work out. You know, if I'm going shopping, I'm not going to be home. I can't do like that portion, so I might just be doing something else. If we are going to the lake, obviously we're not doing this. So it's more of a flexible type schedule, but that is kind of what we have there. So I have a whiteboard too. And on the whiteboard, I write down a bunch of things that need to get done, because on a homestead, you never know what is going to happen. I mean, you need to feed and water animals every day, but you don't necessarily have to mend fence or run fence or fix a pen or build a pen every day. So I have a board that I can write all those things, as well as anything inside that needs special attention. Maybe it's, oh, we need to swap our clothing. Maybe it's like from summer to winter. Maybe it's like, oh, those cabinets just like horrible. We need to, you know, wipe them down. Maybe we need to do some touch-up paint. All that stuff can go on a whiteboard. And then I can just write somebody's initial or name next to the thing on the whiteboard. So then when I'm like, okay, some days it might be, okay, task of the day is go look at that board and find your name and go do that thing there. Or, hey, I need to go to town. Can you do that during your task of the day time? And that really just makes everything just go right together. So I encourage you to find something that works for you and your household, and to not compare yourself to others. I can't have a very, like I said, I can't have a very stringent schedule, but I know that some people in my household need somewhat of a schedule. So that's why I went back to having a visual schedule, and some people are really excited about it. I mean, my husband was actually really excited about having this schedule. So just find what works for you, and if what you're doing right now isn't working, then it's time to pray about it and time to change. If you find that your number one, what you want to teach and train your children in, is not number one in your life right now, then change it. You can make that change. If you did something yesterday, it doesn't mean you have to do it the same tomorrow. Like, you can be that change, you can change it. So I just wanted to encourage you all, and I hope this blesses you. And if you have any suggestions or anything like that, let us know. And if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. And if you would consider subscribing, we would appreciate it. Hope you all have a blessed day.